What is up, guys? This is Mario, and you are listening to episode 10 of the Grown Up Pixels podcast. Thank you, everyone, for listening today. Special episode today. I got my buddy Daniel. Known him since I was a kid in middle school or high school.
Like freshman year.
Freshman year-ish of high school. Long time buddy playing games together, and he's gonna join me on this episode. Say what's up, dude.
What's up? My name's Dan. How's everybody doing? Stoked to be on the show with Mario.
Yeah.
Let's talk some games.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and format the show exactly as always. What am I currently playing? Loading screen, the news, and a pixel memory. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. What am I currently playing? As of recently, I picked up a couple of games. I picked up Mario Aces, Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, and the Mega Man Collection. I picked it up all on the Switch, so I'm looking to start Mario Aces, hopefully within the next couple days, if not later on today. I also got, I'm still going through Yakuza 6. I just got to Chapter 8 on the game, and it's a good game. I just got to be doing something else while playing it, primarily due to the fact that it's so story-based. So I'm usually like doing a chore or something while I'm playing the game, or having breakfast while playing the game, if I get the chance. And as for me, that's what I'm playing. What are you playing, dude?
Currently playing Street Fighter Anniversary Collection on the PS4.
Are you playing mostly by yourself, or the?
I've been playing a lot of Alpha 3 online, and some Street Fighter 3. But
Which Street Fighter 3?
The was it Third Strike?
The third.
Yeah, Third Strike.
Third Strike, yeah.
But mostly Alpha 3. That was my game back in the day, and I was really good at it. So
Any issues? I just got it for the Switch, and I was going back and forth between getting it for the Switch, getting it for the PS4. And the reason I chose the Switch in my case is because I don't get access to the TV as much. I got the little ones, and I just don't get access to my PlayStation 4 as much. And I know there's a solution. I can do remote play, I think, but on my laptop, I just haven't set it up yet. But I feel like the better version of Street Fighter Anniversary Collection is going to be on the PlayStation, due to the fact that the D-pad just used to playing Street Fighter on a PlayStation controller. And what do you think? You have a Switch, right?
I have a Switch, but reason I got it on the PlayStation 4, so I think the biggest difference is that's a perfect reason to get your Switch version is because of the TV access.
Yeah.
And obviously to play on the go, I would love to play on my breaks at work and whatnot, but
Have you seen a lot of people play their Switch on the breaks?
I do. Especially where I work, but
yeah.
Everybody plays their Switch on there for sure.
Wow.
But for me, the reason why I got it on PS4 is I like to play competitive, online.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna play online, everybody's playing on the PS4. I don't know what it's like on the Switch, so you'll have to tell me if a lot of people play online.
I guess I'll find out.
That was the one reason. If a lot of people play it on Switch, maybe I'll get it on Switch.
I think the D-pad might be an issue too. I haven't heard anything too bad. I looked up reviews and stuff, but I haven't heard anything too crazy. But I think if you have the Pro Controller, then you're pretty much set,
Yeah. Well, the one thing that I've heard online, even for me, it's driving me crazy, is trying to pull off moves on it. They seem as harder than they used to be, stiff or something. I don't know if it's the way they made the game, but
even on the PS4.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit of rumors there's some weird input stuff, but I don't know. It feels fine sometimes, and then sometimes I'm back in the day I'd be able to pull off that.
It's easy
combo.
Back in the day.
Yeah. Now it's really hard to do. So.
Cool. Anything else you're playing?
You know me, I'm always playing Rocket League.
Dude, you know what? I gotta say, I've never played Rocket League in my life.
Okay, think of this. Do you remember Sega Soccer Slam?
No.
On the Dreamcast?
Little
Come on. I think, me and Eric played it, but it was a simple, soccer game, but even if you didn't like soccer, it was fun. It was basically to me, Rocket League is modern day Pong. It's simple.
Huh.
You're just driving a car and hitting it into a goal, and it's 2-on-2 or 3-on-3.
And the game is popular. I still see people playing it all the time.
Dude, it's a what is it, e-sports game now?
It is?
Yeah.
It is for us?
Yeah, dude, it's one of the biggest games.
The heck?
Look up the competitions. It's crazy. The prize pots that they have for it are ridiculous.
Wow, I didn't even know it was like that.
It is crazy, but
That's like your so Rocket League is like your comfort kind of. Are they quick matches or are they take kind of while or?
No, they're quick. Yeah, like I play that game every day, and I play pretty. Like I'm playing up there with like pro players with a couple friends, but it's really really fun. Like it's once you get the hang of it, it's like addicting. Like you just can't stop playing. Like,
wow,
it's crazy good.
Dude, my like go-to game that I've mentioned plenty of times is Resident Evil 5 Mercenary Mode.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we played?
Yeah, you've been playing that.
Dude, I've been playing that forever, and something about that game just feels nice. It's quick, arcade, just go in, and yeah, I'm really into that one.
The Mercenary Mode. I played with you the other day. It's pretty fun. I mean, the last Resident Evil I got into was Resident Evil 4. And then I got to the end and almost.
What'd you play it on?
The PS2 at the time.
PS2? PS3?
I think I had
Was it on PS2?
There was a PS2 version. Yeah, I had it on the PS2.
Ah.
And then I got it again for the PS4. And I don't know, just didn't get into it.
I played that game on the GameCube, beat it 5 times, and then I played it on the Wii U. For me, Resident Evil 4 was the best on the Wii U.
Oh, yeah, I did have it on the Wii U, too.
It was fun.
Or not the Wii U, just the Wii. I think it was on the Wii.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was on the Wii. Yeah, it was fun, dude. I used to, like, rest my hand over my head. I'd be controlling the analog stick and just with my right hand be using the pointer. That was legit.
Yeah, that game was awesome. And then Resident Evil 5, I bought that game and I never opened it. It's still at my mom's house sealed.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah, I bought that game sealed. Never opened it, and then I also have, was it Dead Island? I never opened.
I never played Dead Island.
Yeah, but.
Are you playing anything else?
Other than that, I've been playing my SNES Classic here and there. But as far as like current games, I'm waiting for Mega Man X collections. I'm thinking about getting Mega Man Legacy Collection, the one that you just picked up. With all the original ones, like, but I don't know, like maybe it's my OCD, but like I want to wait till the X collection comes out, and then I'm gonna buy that so then I can play all of those and then all that. Through? Yeah, I want to play straight through.
There's this dude that I interact with a lot on Instagram, and he was a big push for me because he was always posting a screenshot to the ending of every Mega Man game, and for the past couple of weeks I seen him ending to Mega Man 1, Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3. And I think he just finished Mega Man's 1 through 10. He just finished 10. So every time I see him, it was like, oh, dude, I gotta get on it. Now, I've owned the collection. I got it on sale on the PlayStation. But due to not being able to play that much, I just got it again. And I hate buying doubles. The only time I bought a double of a game was Sonic Mania. But, yeah, so... We'll see. I will see. In theory, I want to play on the go, but my on the go is literally the kitchen table because the TV's being used. So.
Well, I think like for me that the biggest thing for me was trying to whether I get it on the PS4 or the Switch. But I feel like those games are meant to be on a Nintendo system.
There's something about that that's weird. Does
it feel good on the Switch?
I haven't even opened it yet.
Oh.
That like we have this feeling that a game belongs on a certain console, right? And exactly what you just said, I get that all the time. I even get like pumped for when I see games like Doom. Doom came out on the Switch as well. You know it doesn't run as well as on the Switch as it does on the PlayStation.
Right.
But something about being able to play it on the Switch is like awesome or something.
Yeah,
you know
there's a guy at work and he's playing that game Doom the whole time on the Switch, and he like loves it. I'm like, even though he knows the graphics aren't as good, but I think the fact that he can play it on his lunch break, he's like all about it. Oh, that's
cool.
But yeah, man, I really want to get those Mega Man games. See, you know me, I'm a hardcore Mega Man fan, and I've beat every single Mega Man. The only ones that I've never finished were the newer ones, 9 and 10.
I never have either.
I never.
And I had them, I think, on the PlayStation 3 too. I never have.
So I think they were pretty good, weren't they? Weren't they like? They were pretty hard.
They were difficult, yeah. I never have either, dude. I actually haven't beaten a lot of the Mega Man games, so this is one of those maybe bucket list things. I got to beat them all, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then Mega Man 11 is coming out, I think, in a couple months.
Oh, is it?
I think so, dude. I think that game's coming out in the fall.
This year.
Yeah. I think. I don't know for sure.
Man, I hope they they do a Mega Man X9. That's my dream right there.
Oof.
Mega Man X9. If they can do it like in the same,
Like X8.
well,
X8 was good.
X8 was really good. X7 was the one that was like
The one with
not
like
that great.
It was like 3D,
they changed
like
it, the game
over the head, like isometric
It was
view
like
or whatever.
both, huh?
Yeah.
And then they introduced those like the Axel character, but like if they make a Mega Man X9 in maybe the same way that they're doing the new Mega Man 11, that could be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know.
I guess we'll see. Anything else? Any other games you're playing?
Let me think here.
Are you playing that many games?
You know what? A game I play from time to time is a game called Outlast. It's like a horror game, survival horror.
Never heard of it.
It is crazy, dude. Like if you play that game, you're gonna get nightmares. It's like
is it scarier than Resident Evil 7?
Yeah, it's
really?
crazy. Well, the first one's pretty like if you've never played it, the first one's really scary. Now I feel like it's kind of dated, but the second one is like crazy. Like when I'm playing, like my wife won't even watch.
Wow.
It's pretty like crazy. It's like you start off in a helicopter and you're gonna go visit some like weird like cult in Arizona. Helicopter crashes over and it's like you're surviving all these like religious like cult leaders. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's kind of like are you familiar with like the Jonestown Massacre? You know that real story with the people. You know that's where they get like the drink the Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
It's like that. It's like all these cult followings are trying to like kill you and stuff like that. But it's pretty creepy. It's scary.
Wow,
like,
dude! I've never heard of that game. On PlayStation?
It's on PlayStation 4. Yeah, it's and it has really. If you look up the reviews are like amazing.
No way, dude! I haven't Resident Evil 7. I haven't even finished it, and I was like 3-4 hours into that game, and I recorded my gameplay of it. It scared the heck out of me, man. And throughout the whole video, you could just hear me yelling, dude. Like it was a scary game. Really like gruesome too.
Is it? It has nothing to do with the
other ones.
Yeah, right.
That I know of, no. And you can get it pretty cheap now, I think.
What's it about? Like, what's it?
Dude, as far as I got, you're this dude whose girlfriend went out of town or went to something, and long story short, you went to go find her, and that's where it starts. You get into this house. It's super empty. It's like all messed up, and as you're going in, like, you know, the typical scary things. You know, you see a shadow move, and it's scary, man. Like, I don't know if the people they're possessed or they used to be a family, and it's crazy. Have you ever seen that Halle Berry movie where her son is kidnapped? Have you seen that movie?
Is it kind of new?
Semi-new, yeah. And she's chasing in a car for the longest time.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, if you watch that movie, towards the middle half, she goes to a house. Think of Resident Evil 7 where I left like that. A house like that, really big property, like there's a lot of creepy areas and stuff. Like, it's scary, dude. It's scary.
I have to try. I tried the demo. When I played the demo, it kind of reminded me of actually Outlast, the way it plays.
Yeah, it's
like
it's different for sure.
It reminded me of it's all first person too, huh?
Yeah.
Is it? See, the thing with like some of those games, I get turned off by like if it starts becoming like supernatural, like and the story's all weird, like
they're aliens or something.
Not aliens, but like have you played what is it, Evil Within?
No, I've seen a lot of gameplay, but never played.
Like the game is fun and it's cool, but then it gets all weird. Like one of the main or the characters is like he has powers and like it's weird spiritual powers. Like I like stuff that's more realistic. So that one kind of looks like it's kind of like a weird creepy family, whatever, on Resident Evil 7. And then Outlast is like that too. It's not like these weird like aliens or spirits or demons. It's like a creepy cult that is trying to like kidnap your girlfriend and like it sounds crazy, impregnate her and stuff.
Wow.
And like it's crazy. It's a crazy game. Like you definitely can't play that around the kids.
Yeah, forget that. Definitely can't happen.
But I mean, other than that, I'm trying to think of what other games I'm playing. I'm literally, honestly, always on Rocket League.
So that's your main game, along with everything else. That's the one that you keep playing.
Yeah, because the competitive online is really fun. I think on average, I want to say there's like 50 to 80,000 people online. It tells you. a day.
Wow.
And it's cool because it has crossplay, so you can play people that are on like PC, and I think they're trying to get it going with Xbox, but you can play people that are on PC.
Wow.
So it's like a big network.
Cool. All right. All right. Loading screen. So loading screen, the segment of the show is basically what's been on your mind. You can literally discuss anything. This is a video game nostalgic podcast, but I usually open it up to absolutely anything that's been on your mind, whether it be a conflict, whether it be whatever you want, whatever you've really been thinking about. So I'll let you go first, or do you want to follow kind of?
I'll follow you.
Okay, so this is dumb, but the two things I've been thinking about most is one, how we talked about earlier, is when to get a game for like the Switch and when to get it for the PlayStation. And I know we mentioned it in the past, but one of the things I think about is that game, what system does it belong on? What's a better version? But ultimately, where am I going to play it? You know what I mean? Like, am I going to play it more on the Switch or more on the PlayStation? And so that, as dumb as it is, that's been on my mind. And the second thing I've been thinking about is actually not related to games, is related to filming. I've been looking into getting a camera, but the more I look at cameras, you know, even like cheap, quote unquote cheap DSLRs, still $500 or more, right? And then they don't have audio jack and stuff like that. So the more I see it, the more I just kind of say, you know, I'm gonna keep recording on my phone. And as a result, you know, I've been completely producing all my videos and all of the podcasts. Everything's been edited on iOS. So yeah, kind of two random things, but that's really what's been on my mind. What about you?
Currently, I'm in the same boat with you as far as like getting a game between Switch and the PS4, but I'm like set. I think I made up my mind. I'm gonna go with the Switch for all the Mega Man games.
So does it ever come across your mind to say, okay, like I think about the fact that PlayStation had said that they're working on the PS5, and again, maybe it's way too early to even be thinking about it, but I do. I think about it. You know what? PS5 should be out. That Transformers game is pretty good. PS5 is coming out. You know, I would say by next year we're gonna have some kind of announcement. 2019, right? So I think about that, dude. I want to have my games accessible. I don't like having too many systems hooked up. I know back in the day I used to have like 3 or 4 systems, and I just don't do that anymore. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, see, the thing for me with that whole topic there is, like, what drives me crazy is like, I know they're already talking about PS5. I just bought a Street Fighter collection. I've been waiting years for that.
Yeah.
And like, I hope I can play it on the next system, which I doubt.
That's always the hope,
so,
huh?
like games that are like gonna be like timeless like that for me, that's why I'm thinking considering a Switch.
Well, I think recently, and I don't know how recent this is. I know Nintendo recently, like the president did an announcement. Actually, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm gonna wait for the news segment of that. The Switch has only been around for what, a little over a year, correct? I think March 2018 made a year, so it's not even a year and a half yet. And the average Nintendo life cycle, I think, is about 4 to 5 years, give or take. So I think of it that way, but I guess in the long run, we're probably just stressing ourselves out. The best way to probably look at it is to just where are you actually going to play it, huh?
Yeah.
It's a problem we didn't have back in the day because you didn't have a choice. You get it on one thing or whatever you got it on, and that was it, huh? Yeah, I feel that.
But as far as like other things like personal projects and stuff, you know me, I'm always working on my music. So currently writing new music for hopefully a potential album. And then we're gonna shop that out to labels actually next month. Except the terrible thing that I'm dealing with is you heard my computer died while working on those new songs.
Did you have your stuff like backed up to like iCloud or anything?
I have it backed up, but the problem is like I probably won't get a new computer till another 2 weeks or so. And we're presenting those songs in July, probably like mid-July. So,
Oh,
and
so-
they're not even like 100% done. Like I didn't. So now what sucks is I have to settle for the recent demos, which they're okay. But now we have to go out the labels and be like, these are demos. You know,
Dude, you'll-
once we go in a producer, they
Well-
have to understand that these are gonna get better. You know, which they usually do. But
Yeah.
so it just has to be pitched differently.
Will your work give you a loaner?
No. I mean, if I was like
That'd
a
be cool.
business customer, I could, but
Uh-huh.
it's the thing is the problem is like I use a lot of programs that like different plugins, and so like even if I borrowed a computer from you and you're like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
here's my iMac, getting all of the software that I had is gonna be a nightmare. I use like 50 different programs where I have to
Wow.
transfer licenses and stuff like that.
Oh, that's right.
And so like
I didn't even think of that.
so like let's say one song that I have has 60 different sounds, and they can be maybe 15 different programs that I use in there. As soon as I load up the program, it's gonna be like instrument not found, instrument not found.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna be like
That's
terrible.
true. I didn't
So
even think of that.
it's gonna be like a lot of work rebuilding the projects and the songs and trying to get them back. So it's just terrible. And I was using an older software, so like Mac OS, was it 10.5 Mountain? Oh no, Mountain Lion 8.5 or whatever. So I'm gonna probably have to buy a lot of those programs again
Oof.
for like the new software. But yeah, that's basically what I'm dealing with. Hopefully, it works out.
I'm sure it will. You know. So do you know why this called loading screen?
What?
This segment?
No, you just told me about it today. So
Okay, so
yeah, tell me. I wanna know.
originally it didn't exist, and I had a community question that I was always asking, but the problem with community question, and anybody following the podcast has noticed, it's kind of disappeared, is because I would forget to ask the community question, I would forget to like gather all the information, and so because of that, I kind of just I'm gonna be discontinuing the community question, and I just wanted to podcast when I'm doing the show. I wanted to just, you know, this is again grown up pixels, so we're grown ups. We play games, but in addition to games, most of us don't have a life that is 100% dedicated to games. As a result, things outside of our life affect how much gaming we do and so forth. So as a result, I just wanted to talk about something that's on my mind, whatever it may be, and that's where I asked a couple people online, and it was suggested loading screen, because loading screen on different games sometimes it's different things. Sometimes it's literally a picture. Sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes it's word. You remember the Dragon Ball game where like you would hit a button and then like something would happen in the loading screen? Remember?
Yeah.
Budokai or something?
Yeah.
So loading screen is basically that. You have different loading screens that do different things, and that's why it's whatever.
I think that's actually awesome.
Yeah,
especially,
whatever we
like,
want it to be.
No, that makes total sense. Like you're right. Like when we're not, you know, the amount of time we put in games, it really depends on
Life.
like our priorities in life. Like if, you know, you got to work to pay bills, and
Yeah.
you know what, like, and if you're working a late shift, then you might not get to game it that much.
Exactly.
Also, too, you're spending time with family, so it's fitting in games, especially like, you know, we are grown-ups, so like the fact that we used to spend a lot of our time playing games back in the day,
yeah.
it's really.
Dude, I remember Halloween. We were playing games. Remember we were playing something on your computer, and Eric was there, and then your mom yelling at us saying, "What are you guys doing here? You guys should be out and about." And we weren't. We were playing games. I forgot what game we were playing, but yeah. So that's why it's called loading
I
screen.
think we were playing like emulators and
Probably,
and
dude.
But our X-Men Street Fighter.
We always had 2 games at one. Remember, you had your computer, and then you had a little TV, and you had your Xbox connected.
Yeah.
The first Xbox. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we were all about it, but now it's tough now, dude. Like,
yeah.
and I feel like you probably feel the same way, but I feel like I'm still the same person, the same kid that wants to play all these games, but you'll notice now, like I bought Street Fighter Collection, and it's kind of just sitting there. Like I play
Yeah.
online here and there, and so I want to buy all these games. Like that's what I'm afraid is gonna happen when I buy Mega Man X Collection. I'm gonna buy it, and then I'm just gonna it's still gonna be sealed there, like my Resident Evil 5.
What happens to me is I end up getting a backlog, and I try not to buy anymore, but I end up getting a backlog, and then I also, if I haven't played a game, it's been sitting there for a little while, I end up just returning it. So.
Yeah, I mean, the games that I like, I'm trying to focus on. I'm trying to be organized like you. You know, have a little backlog. Like, are the old games that I never got to like really finish. I mean, I finished all the Mega Mans, but like I never got to finish like 9 and 10. So like I want to like go back and then play them again, which is gonna be fun, and then complete 9 and 10. And then even what's cool is on the X collection is they're bringing back like 7, all the PlayStation ones.
Yeah.
Those are really cool, like X4, 5.
Oh yeah.
Those haven't been like redone in a while, so to play those again all the way through and up to 8 wasn't like you were talking about was one of my favorites. So to play that again in a higher resolution would be cool.
Random question: do you prefer physical games or digital games?
Back in the day, I used to prefer like physical games, like cartridges and whatnot, and then now I'm 100% digital. Like I won't buy any physical games because either they get scratched, I lose them, or if something like that happens, I can just re-download it. And
That's
then
true.
and then also too the possibility of, let's say, you know, I have all these games on PS4, like 100 games.
That's true.
If I can somehow they let us play those on the PS5, you never know. Like
It'll be set.
yeah, I don't know if Xbox does that, but
Xbox actually has like a good backwards compatibility thing going on. Like they supposedly with an update they had, and I don't know how recent. I don't have an Xbox, but where you can go and you can play every game. I think going back to the original Xbox. So they got something going on, and again, I don't know the details, but it's supposed to be really good. It's an appealing part of it, you know.
yeah, I think the it depends on, like, for me it's the time frame of when I was playing games, like where I was a physical gamer or collector. It was like I still have my Dreamcast and I play that. Like you can't play that online anymore.
That's true.
So like I'll play the Dreamcast and you know, Shenmue I've been playing here and there.
Dude, you know that collection's coming out soon.
I know, that's why I stopped playing. I got into it and I was like, I don't want to get started again because the collection's coming out, because I really want to play part 2 again.
So I've always kind of been back and forth between physical games and digital games. Digital games are so much more convenient, but the thing for me is I'm part of the Best Buy Gamers Club. Dude, you get the games like discounted. A $40 game you get for $31. A $60 game you get for $47.99. You know, that's immediately like $12 off, $8 off, and that's been.
Yeah, I mean, if you're buying you do buy quite a bit of games, so I mean, it's gonna save up. But I honestly think, like, just the way like music has turned, where, like, have you heard about like iTunes? They're no longer gonna do music through iTunes downloads. It's all gonna be streaming next year.
Oh really?
Yeah. So basically, we went from no CDs to MP3s.
Yeah.
Now the MP3s are gonna be obsolete. It's gonna be about streaming and downloading physically to your phone. I feel like that's where video games are going to be, where they're just going to be like, why are we wasting so much money on plastic and physical copies when we can just sell the game, make money, save. Imagine how much they would save on the manufacture, or not having to put money into production of a physical copy.
Huh.
So, like, that's why.
Yeah, dude, now you're making me think, like, what am I going to do with my physical games?
Exactly. See, like, if they let you, see, here's the thing. If they let you, this is where I wish they would change things. If they let you, let's say I bought the physical copy of Rocket League.
Okay.
If they let me, if it was like somehow serialized, that copy, if they let me convert it to a digital copy, you know, like sometimes when you buy a Blu-ray or DVD, you can actually download the digital copy.
Yeah.
I wish they would do that. But I think that where they're probably stuck is the fact that, like, piracy, maybe somebody's going to give somebody a digital copy version of it, so then there's two games out there.
And they lost out on the sale.
Yeah, but see if they could figure out how to, I think they'll do that. Just like how they serialize like weapons and stuff like that on some of those games, like Warcraft,
yeah,
you know, things like that. They can do it with games.
Dude, but there's so many people that still like collect. That's an industry right there. I guess slowly going away, right? Isn't GameStop?
Well, the thing is, the only people that are collecting are people like grown-up Pixels people like us.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's true. Like,
so.
little kids now, like kids, they rather play. It's sad. To me, I think it's sad. It makes me feel old when I see a kid rather playing on his iPad rather than his system.
Ah.
I'm like, you rather play Fortnite on your iPad?
Yeah.
Oh man, you drive me
Dude,
crazy.
I guess I didn't. I thought I go by straight like convenience. Like I have digital games, but like Mario plus Rabbids, I got digitally because I got it on sale,
Right.
and I got the like gold bundle or whatever for $42, and that's usually physical. I think it's about a $70 game or $80 game, so I got like 50% off. In that case, like no question. I guess I'm going wherever the price takes me, right? Whatever's cheaper, but
Well, I mean, you're getting the same game.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, like, for me, if I were to get physical copies of a game, I honestly wouldn't get one for PlayStation. I would get it for maybe the Switch. Like, I like the idea of the cartridge, actually, even though some people think that's dumb.
eventually you get so many games, you got to start switching out SD cards unless you got a big enough SD card. I have a 128 on mine. I think I have still about 100 gigs left.
Well, you can't get like up to what, 512 or something?
Supposedly you can get
I
up to
think
2 terabytes.
One of my coworkers,
But they're not
has
out
it.
yet. I don't think they have 2 terabytes.
Yeah, because some of those games take up space. But I mean, for me, I'm like a simple gamer. Like, I'll only have a few games on there, but I'm not even using a memory card. I still have enough space to play, like, you know.
Oh, you don't have a memory card, huh?
I only have Mario Kart. I have Rocket League on there as well, and then I have Street Fighter.
The original
Was it
one.
the no?
Dude,
the
you haven't
HD.
played Zelda yet, have you?
No, man. Like,
Oh,
I know a lot of
dude.
people are gonna hate me for this, but I just can never get into Zelda. Not even the older ones. Maybe the first one.
This one's so different, man. You'll like this one. I know I always say that, but
I like the what was it? The one for 64, Ocarina of Time. Where you
Ocarina
can
of
go
Time?
fishing and stuff.
dude, this one feels like yeah.
It's an open world, right? Like,
Yes,
yeah.
dude. It's
I mean, I've heard everybody at my work say, "Oh, you got to play this game," but like for me, I don't spend so much time like playing a game like that. I'm more of like, you know, I mean, I'm like impatient. I want immediate results. I'm gonna play a Street Fighter, and I'm within 90 seconds, I know I'm gonna win or lose.
yeah. You
And
want
then-
a result right
or
away.
like games that have. I honestly prefer games that don't have like a super long story. Some games, it just depends, but yeah, games where you have to. Just
If you
invest so
ever
much
find
time.
it at least for $40, would you get it? For
Oh yeah,
or,
for sure.
Or is that still too much?
No, I would get it. Maybe like $30-$40. I'd get it.
Totally worth it, dude.
I mean, I got my Switch for Smash Brothers, and finally.
Oh yeah, that's coming out soon.
But
Is it actually? I don't know if it's soon. It's coming out.
it's
though.
January, right?
Is it?
Yeah, they said January.
Okay, that's not bad.
But I'll try it. I'll try it. You know what? My wife actually has been wanting to play
Zelda?
Zelda. Just because
Oh.
everybody's like, even it's easy, even you can play it.
Anyone can play that game, and it's good. You play your way, dude. Yeah, we'll save that one for another episode. But that's a whole topic in itself. But cool. All right, so that was loading screen. So the next topic is the news. So the news is a little tricky because if you're not paying attention, then you got nothing. But I got a little something I guess I recently saw. So one of the things I've seen was that recently I think it's the vice president of Nintendo became the official president of Nintendo. And how something about, long story short, there's a lot of things I'm missing. But see how you feel about this. Basically, that they want to keep, like, obviously Nintendo fans and all that stuff happy, this and that.
Okay.
I heard something about them wanting to possibly extend the life of the Switch longer than maybe usual consoles. But trip out on this, that they're discussing the sequel to the Nintendo 3DS.
What?
That's what I said, dude, because I feel like the 3DS should have died when the Switch came out. But that's actually a controversial kind of topic for some people.
If they don't keep the Switch alive, like, and it dies off like the Wii U, I'm gonna be really pissed.
No way, it can't. It's already done so well. I think it's already set records for them, for Nintendo, and maybe in general. So, I want to say, hasn't it outsold the Wii? Hasn't it done better than the Wii has?
I think it did, yeah.
So there's no way. The Wii stayed alive for its full life cycle, which again, in probably 4 to 6 years. I want to say that the Switch is going to do that too. I've heard, and I haven't heard in a while, but I had heard some rumors about there being a pro version of the Switch. But I want to say that if there is a pro version of the Switch,
Man.
would you do? Well, I guess what if there was a pro version? What would you do?
If they had a great like trade-in program, I would maybe do it.
They didn't do that for the Wii U and all the games.
I'm just gonna, man, that's gonna make me mad. I mean, it makes sense. We're probably working on it when this one came out, so they can thin it out or whatever they're gonna do, and
Better screen, maybe higher capabilities. Maybe you could do 4K. Who knows? Whatever. The thing is, it's just a rumor. Again, I don't know how true it is, but the thing about the discussing the successor to the 3DS, that one kind of like, why? The 3DS should have died a long time ago. Anyone that owns a Switch is probably not playing the 3DS anymore, if at all, right? Do you have a 3DS?
no, I never got into it.
Dude, so it has a legit library. The library is awesome. If that was your only like video game console system, whatever you want to call it, you would have more than enough games to play. It's good.
Does that the 3DS have like the Mega Man Zero series or no? Or is that the?
No, that's
2D?
that was the DS.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? You can play. I think you can play DS games on it.
The
3DS, you can play DS games on it.
Okay, the 3DS is the one with the dual screen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, dual screen DS. So 3DS can play those, and then they made a 2DS, and I gotta say those 2DS are basically a 3DS without the 3D. They say because very few people actually use the 3D feature on
That
the.
makes sense.
It makes sense.
It's like
totally.
a thinner, smaller model, right?
Yeah, if I would have known, it's a little smaller, but it's come out with a lot of nice, like the aesthetic look of it looks clean, dude, really clean. Like I've been tempted to get one, and
When did they come out with that?
dude, they've been out for a while now.
It's been like definitely
Easily a
couple
year
years.
for the 2DS, the
Yeah.
nice ones. I want to say it's been at least a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're nice. They're really nice. The thing about those is they're really clean looking, but again, if you're not playing your 3DS games, then what's the point of getting it, right? But they're still releasing games for it. Luigi's Mansion is coming out on the 3DS again. Remember the one on the GameCube?
Oh, that one they were doing it.
It's coming out.
It's not a new game. I heard about it.
No, well they came out with the sequel, and I can't remember the
Isn't
name.
it coming out for the Switch too or no?
Nope.
Oh wow.
So Nintendo's purposely keeping that alive.
Yeah, so you can buy it.
Yeah, so I don't know, and I guess this new president has visions, to take the company into good, promising places. I want to see Nintendo get to the standards, and I know a lot of fans do as well. Get to the standards that the other systems are at. So the cloud. Oh, they're gonna have the cloud saving, right, with the online. I want to see them backwards compatibility. That would be awesome, but I don't even know if they could do that anymore unless a new version of the Switch came out. I don't know.
Can you can download the games digitally on the 3DS, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, if you can play those on the Switch, that would be awesome.
And I think people mod them too. Of course.
But then you can't play like online against people.
Yeah, they always set something up. But as for news, like, I think that's kind of all that I've seen recently. Anything particular you've seen? Game related?
I think they pushed back Shenmue again. Shenmue 3.
Yeah, they've been pushing back that game.
Again. And then, I don't know, they haven't released an official release date for Shenmue Remaster, have they? I just know it's this year, supposedly.
No, not that I know of.
That's the only thing. I mean, as far as news, I mean, the only thing that I've heard about is just like the recent E3 announcements, which I was disappointed with.
With all of them?
It just didn't feel exciting to me this year. I mean, there were already things you expected, like Smash Brothers and.
Oh, dude, Jim Carrey's gonna be the voice of Robotnik in the Sonic the Hedgehog, I think animated movie.
They're making a movie?
Yeah, dude.
Get the hell out of town.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's.
It's
gonna
not
be
gonna
the voice.
be in theaters, right?
I want to say
he's a big actor.
Yeah, he's big.
Probably gonna be like at least straight to Netflix.
I want to say it's gonna be in theaters, dude. I don't know for
if
sure.
it is, oh man, that would be amazing. Are you sure that's confirmed?
Yeah, that's official. I've
on
seen it
IGN?
everywhere. I've seen it everywhere.
That would be really, really great.
You never got into Fortnite?
I tried it. I honestly can't stand that game.
No?
I don't know what the hype is all about. Like, you have to... Like, for me, you know me, you have to invest a lot of time in that game.
Yeah.
You have to... You play in a match and it lasts forever, and then you end up dying and you get no results. You just die.
What about Fallout? Have you played any of those?
You know, I never got into Fallout. I never played
Neither did I, but Eric was telling me that it's really good and that you should at least play. He was telling me one of them that like it's a must. That it's a game that you've never experienced before.
Is it like Fallout 4?
I haven't played any. I think it's before the more recent one, but he's saying they're really good, so I gotta check it out. But yeah, so nothing else on the news then?
I haven't heard anything major. That's been about it, I guess.
Cool. That's it for me too. Nothing else. So that's it for the news. All right, Pixel Memory. For episode 10's Pixel Memory, I'm going to share one of mine. So where it comes from. Originally, or actually just yesterday, I picked up a NES Classic. And I look at the back of the box and I see Super Mario Bros. 3. So my pixel memory for this episode will be from Super Mario Bros. 3. So a memory I have is when I first played Super Mario Bros. 3, I was actually in Texas. I was living with my dad out there, and my cousin had gotten the game and bright yellow box and stuff like that. And we played it, and it was so awesome because I had never played Mario 2 at the time. And I had played Mario 1, obviously. So to play Mario 3, it just felt like such a jump. You know what I mean? And I played it. Just loved it. Loved everything about it. But because it wasn't mine, it was my cousin's, I didn't get to, like, play a lot. And I would play. And one thing I remember the most, I have a cousin named Wendy. And World 3, the boss is Wendy Koopa. So it was kind of a funny thing, and Wendy Koopa's the hardest Koopa around, this and that. And so anyway, I just remember playing a lot at his house when I was living in Texas. And eventually I did. I never owned the game, but I did rent it, and I would rent it so often, and I would play so much that while I was at my grandma's house, I ended up beating it. But it was so difficult that it's really mean. I just gotta say it. I used to like tell my sister, "Don't watch me play. You're giving me bad luck." That's so mean, dude. And she, she was a little kid too. She would turn around, and, "Are you doing good now? Are you doing good now?" And then, "Oh, I'm doing good." And then until I realized like it doesn't matter, and she would just watch me play. And I made it to Bowser and did that whole thing. And Mario 3 was actually the first Mario game that I ever beat, ever. So, yeah, that's my pixel memory is just Super Mario Bros. 3. Got it for the NES Classic now. And just thought I'd recap some of my memories with that game. What about you? What's pixel memory again? Anything gaming related?
One that I remember, it's kind of funny. Me and my cousins, like the first times, my cousins, so I have like a cousin in the family that they always have money. They always got the systems before anybody. Mm-hmm. And so they had the NES, and they had Tecmo Super Bowl. Oh. And we would play that game. Like, we would go to his house, and all my cousins would go there, and we'd have like little tournaments, and we would play. Mm-hmm. And like, dude, the games would get so intense. Like, we would fight and like really want to like physically fight each other, like talk crap. And so he would bust out like boxing gloves.
No way.
And he was a big instigator, so he'd be like, "Oh, let him talk crap like that," and it would get so bad, and it just kind of became like a thing where we just throw down and start boxing
because of the game.
Yeah. It was so bad, and we would just throw down, dude. Like, I never really got into any of like the fights or anything. Uh-huh. But it was pretty bad. My cousins were terrible. But that game was just, oh man, it was so good. We would just talk crap to each other, play it. It was that game, Tecmo Super Bowl, and then this really terrible soccer game called Goal. It was literally just called Goal. It was like, Goal. If you play it now, you'll be like, who played this?
Yeah.
It looks like little dots moving. at like 2 miles per hour. It's super slow.
Wow, no, I never heard that one.
That was one of my pixel memories. Another one that's kind of similar actually. Do you remember Ross from high school?
Yeah.
He's like my half cousin.
Yeah.
So this is like one of the first times I played Super Nintendo. So he had a Super Nintendo, and same cousins that Woodbox we're all related to. So we would go over, and he actually had what was cool. It was a Bomberman. It was like a Super Bomberman. I don't know which version it was, but he had a multiplayer adapter where we can play up to like 6 players
on the NES,
on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, on the Super Nintendo.
And it was like awesome. Like it was so intense. Like we would all play each other, and it was so fun. Like those like memories for sure I would never forget, because like just playing with everybody in the room was awesome compared to like playing everybody online.
Yeah.
But it was just so fun playing Bomberman. And then he had F-Zero. That was one of the other first games I played.
I got a good pixel memory, and it involves you. I remember when back in the day we were out of high school, and I was working at Stater Brothers, and it was more the evening. You, Eric, and Victor, you guys were out there. We're planning. Hey, dude, let's play Mario Party. And they're like, all right, I'll get off. I happen to get off early. Get off at 8:00 or so. All right, let's go. Bring chips or soda or whatever. All right, cool. So bring all kinds of like treats and stuff. Go to your house and play Mario Party. And the one time that we played, I think it was 50 turns. It was the maximum amount of turns you can get. Long story short, I think the game started like 8:30 or 9. It ended almost like at 2 a.m. It took so long to go through it. And the amount of trash talking, incredible, man. Incredible. The amount of profanity, the amount of like just yelling, and the amount of who's my partner? Oh man, this guy, and like, oh dude, remember that stuff?
Was that the one for the 64?
I don't remember if we.
I think it had like the jump rope one.
Either we did either the N64, or it might have been for the GameCube, or it was an emulator we did with PlayStation controllers. I don't remember, dude, but I just remember playing it, and then like every single move you did, somebody said something. Like if you got the dice and you moved over 6 places, someone said something to you. If you got moved over 1 place, someone said something to you. Every single thing, every single game match, someone said something to you, and it was just so much trash talking, man. And then like when you get those moments where you're losing, and then you happen to get that ability to steal someone's star, and there's always someone in the lead, so you're like, oh. And everyone's like worried, oh, don't steal my star, dude. I worked so hard for it. Don't steal my star.
Oh, I remember now. Yeah.
Don't steal it.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, who do you want to get? And the minute you steal someone.
Because it was like a board game.
Yeah, it was like a board game.
Yeah, I remember now. It might have been GameCube.
GameCube, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's what I remember. Those were a lot of fun moments, man. The amount of trash talking. And that's the thing. I don't know. I have yet to get an online experience that replaces that.
Yeah.
Even though it's hard to get a group like that to play locally, I've yet to be in that situation where, online, where everyone is like friendly but like competitive and talking trash.
Yeah, it's not like that. People are terrible. Like if you play like this game, oh man, you're gonna hate the online. It's
really?
So competitive. People they're terrible. You start like messing up, let's say you accidentally swarm yourself, they'll tell you, oh, kill yourself, shit like that.
Whoa.
And it's like, dude, that's like, they say terrible things on this game, dude. Like they're just trolls, like massive trolls in this game. Like it gets to the point where I'm like, I hate this game sometimes. I'm like, I can't play with some of these people. But I've met like, there's like a couple guys that I play with that I've met, like we've become pretty cool, like just playing online, and it's kind of like that, honestly. Like it feels like I'm having fun with some friends, and I don't even know them in person, but we talk on the mic and we play this almost like every day. And
I have some of that on Facebook, some of the different groups, like the amount of like just talking trash here and there. It's funny, dude. Someone says something good, but then they're also supportive when like things are serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool. But yeah, I think those are like the memories that like keep you gaming. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I think oftentimes people that don't game feel like it's just a a lonely kind of thing, and it's actually very much like with people, you know.
Yeah, you're like connected, and like I that's why I play a lot of competitive games. Like I love the fact.
Did you play Destiny?
You can play other people online. You know what? I didn't get into it. The first Destiny.
Dude, I'm a sucker, dude. I have one. Actually, my PlayStation controller I brought. It's a Destiny edition or whatever. That's why my PlayStation 4 is white. It came with Destiny.
There's a new Destiny coming out now, right?
Destiny 2 had come out already a while ago, and then the DLC, and I don't know, that game kind of died for me. I think it died for a lot of people, but I don't know. I haven't gone back, and I bought everything for that game.
Wasn't it like doesn't it have the same feel as like Halo?
Yeah, kind of. I wasn't a big Halo fan. I did play, I think it was Halo 3 or Halo 4. The one after Halo Reach, whatever that is.
Oh, it's Halo 4.
Yeah. I played that one, and that was fun. I really liked the online.
I was amazing at those games. I stopped playing after Halo Reach or 4, and then I didn't get an Xbox One, so that's why I stopped playing it. But I heard even the is it the 5th one, I think, wasn't that good. So the new one that they announced, the E3, looks interesting. The little trailer they had. So I might get back into it, but I don't play my Xbox that much. I actually don't play it at all. I got one and I never played it.
Really?
I had still in the room. I still haven't hooked it up. I'm gonna hook it up. I literally got it for Cuphead.
Oh yeah.
And
that's right. You mentioned you were gonna get an Xbox, so you got one.
And I just didn't get the game.
Wow.
I'll probably, you know what? That just makes me want to get it now. I'll probably get it.
Cuphead's legit. It looks cool. I've never played it. It looks really cool.
I saw one of my coworkers playing it at work. He was playing it remotely. I don't know how. Maybe through like the Microsoft store. Or what is it? Steam.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
I heard it's really hard.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty.
It looks cool. It looks like a cartoon. That's the selling point for me right there.
Yeah, it looks like an old cartoon.
All right, and that's the end of Pixel Memories. All right, guys, so that's the end of Grown Up Pixels podcast, episode 10 with my buddy Daniel. If this was your first time listening to the podcast, thank you very much. I really, really do appreciate you listening and taking the time. Where can you find Grown Up Pixels? We're on iTunes, Google Play Music, Podbean, Sticher, SoundCloud, and Anchor.fm. And if I mention a platform that you're on and we're not on, literally tweet at me, email me, and I'll do my best to get the podcast on that platform. Social media, we're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Grown Up Pixels on all three of them. YouTube we have a Grown Up Pixels page on YouTube where you can find all my playthroughs and anything else that I'm working on. You can also find a video version, which is just an audio video version of the podcast on YouTube as well as on the Facebook page, again at Grown Up Pixels on both. And we have an official Grown Up Pixels website where you can find the podcast, you can find blog posts, you can find basically everything that I create and I put out. You can also always find on the Grown Up Pixels website. Just a little side note that I have been working on my writing a lot more, so I've been producing more blog posts, and it's been kind of fun if you want to check that out. And yeah, guys, thank you for taking the time to listen to the podcast. Again, if you want to reach me, you can contact me on any of the platforms mentioned above. You can also email me directly at grownuppixels@gmail.com. And once again, thank you for listening to Grown Up Pixels Podcast, episode 10. Anything to say?
Yeah, I mean, you can also follow my page as well. I'm on Instagram at DanShotThrill. And then you could also, if you want to check out my band, you can follow One Shot Thrill at One Shot Thrill. Best way to just listen to all our music and check us out is just going to oneshotthrill.com. It'll take you to all social media or even Spotify or Apple Music. But yeah, big thanks to Mario for having me on the show, and it was a pleasure.
Dude, thanks to you, dude. This was fun. Literally, now I have a podcast, I think, past 30, 40 minutes. It was fun.
Yeah, let's do it again next time. I'm down.
All right. Peace, everyone.